are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We definitely have to do an Oscar recap because low-key a lot transpired. But before we get into that, is Nicki Minaj gearing up to do one of the biggest lawsuits in hip-hop history? Nicki Minaj had responded to a fan that said Nicki should understand that she has gotten old and retire. She responded and said, "Do you have permission to use this video that I filmed years ago to harass me on this or any other platform? You've just been added to the suit." And she asked Tony Busby and told him to check DM. Then another fan responded and said, of course she would pick Tony Busby because he went against Camelface, just how she picked Rod during her beef with Remy. She's known for getting with the ops. Nicki is mentally delayed, just washed and slow. Okay? So a lot of fans believe now she is adding Tony Busby to her team as her lawyer because he went up against Camelface. Okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. And do you think the suit is actually real? Because Nicki Minaj has been talking about a lawsuit for almost a year now. So it's going to be interesting to see who is getting added to the lawsuit. I feel like she should go after the bigger platforms. This person who she was going back and forth with on social media. I feel like that's lightweight. You got to go after the bigger platforms that have been harassing her. There's been a lot of different comedians recently harassing her and dragging her on, every award show. Thankfully, she did not get dragged at the Oscars, but that was, Timothée Chalamet's humiliation ritual yesterday. But the point of the matter is, let me know if you guys think that the lawsuit would actually come and how much you think she's going to sue for, because it seems as though she's preparing for a big lawsuit. But she did delete that tweet, so I don't know, because she did delete it. So we definitely will see. But I think she definitely should go after the bigger platforms. But the bigger the platform, the harder it is to go after them because they got machines backing them. That's why Megan Thee Stallion won't go after Joe Budden or Academics. She went after Milagro because Milagro don't got the machine. Academics and Joe, they got the machine behind them. That's why Megan Thee Stallion didn't want the smoke. Okay? She said she was gearing up to sue other bloggers. Where's the lawsuit for Joe and Ac? They said you lied, just like Milagro. She can't sue them because they got the machine. That's how it worked. Now, it also has been reported that, unfortunately, Megan Thee Stallion's BBB remix will be either moving out of the Hot 100 or 32 spots from number 67, which I think it debuted at number 67, to number 99 on the Hot 100. After Megan Thee Stallion fans were harassing Bia for the last week and a half, they forgot to stream Megan Thee Stallion's music like they usually do, which is causing her remix to flop again. Okay? This is actually kind of embarrassing considering how much shit they talk about Bia and how much they say Bia don't chart. Bitch, Megan barely chart, okay? All Megan does is wear her sympathy fro and take pictures with Klay Thompson. The hits have been non-existent since Savage and WAP. Let's be very clear. Megan Thee Stallion and her fans spent all that time being lapdogs for Cardi B and Garbage Gang, and Barty Gang doesn't even like the hotties. They drag y'all and call y'all flops anyway. Y'all forgot to stream. Okay? Y'all can't call B a flop when Megan flops 95% of the time. Okay? No shade. No, it don't matter how good she talks about her coochie and records, the music ain't selling. Let's be very clear. So, unfortunately, hotties, I'm going to have to give y'all 50,000 lashes. twice, yes, because y'all talked all that shit about Bia. Y'all talked all that junk about Bia, but y'all don't stream Megan's music. Now, The Weeknd shares a photo of his producer wearing a Grand National Tour merch in the studio. Allegedly, a lot of fans feel like The Weeknd is teasing a bunch of collaborations. I think a few months ago, he teased a Gaga collaboration. Now it seems as though he teasing that him and Kendrick might got something coming. I'm here for it. Now, they worked together before, so it's not like we haven't heard a Kendrick and The Weeknd collaboration. If y'all don't know that they worked together, then you might have been living under a rock or your playlist might be trash. But if they worked together twice before, I think The Weeknd was on the Black Panther soundtrack, I believe. I think the song was called Pray For Me, and then I think they also did another collaboration together. But I'm here for it. I'm surprised The Weeknd's never worked with SZA. What's that about? I feel like him and SZA, they would make heat together. Now, let's get into the Oscars. One battle after another wins the first ever Oscar for Best Casting. Okay, and I can see that. A lot of people felt like Sinners were snubbed. I feel like either movie Sinners or One Battle After Another would have been good for this award, because I think the casting for both movies were impeccable. So, congratulations to, the cast of One Battle After Another. And then, now a lot of people felt like Delroy Lindo was snubbed for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars, which went to Sean Penn, but no shade. Sean Penn, he did his big one in One Battle After Another. Like, he was very fucking evil. He did a really, really good job. Hated him. Glad he died in the movie, just in case if there's a sequel. But the point of the matter is, he did a really good job. And then One Battle After Another did win Best Adapted Screenplay. A lot of people are wondering why they won so many. I think based on watching the film, it relates to a lot as to what's going on right now, especially when it comes to immigration, even though none of the actors or actresses really in the film, spoke about the immigration topic, while they're winning these awards. But that's neither here or there. It has a lot to do with that in the film. So I think that's why it won. Just like Bad Bunny winning Album of the Year, because of what's going on politically. And that's another reason why he was picked to do the Super Bowl. So I think that's why they won so many, because it has a lot to do with what's going on right now. And even though they're not really speaking about the issues that's going on right now, I think that they're trying to lean into, that political stance. So that is what it felt like to me. Now, Timothée Chalamet was getting dragged all night. Conan O'Brien, made a lighthearted joke talking about, there will be a lot of security for the attacks from both the opera and ballet communities, because, as we know, a lot of people have been speaking out. Then also, Misty Copeland came out during the Sinners live performance, and she did like her little dance that she does for ballet. A lot of people feel like that was subliminal shade towards Timothy, okay? But he played it cool all night, and there's really not much he can really say, because at the end of the day, you threw a jab at the opera and ballet community for no reason. Like, you really didn't have to mention them. You mentioned them because you feel like they're lesser than, obviously actors and artists that rap and sing and whatnot. You feel like they're lesser than that. So that's why you threw the jab. Alexandre Singh, who is an Oscar winner for Best Live Action Short Film, threw a jab at Timothée Chalamet as well.
That's why we make films, isn't it? Because we believe that art can change people's souls. Maybe it takes 10 years' time, but we can change society through art, through creativity, through theatre and ballet. And
so they definitely were trying to humiliate Timothy. They was going at his neck left and right. Now, the king, Michael B. Jordan, won Best Actor at the Oscars for his role in Sinners. And I thought he should have won. Okay, I was so happy when Timothée Chalamet and Kylie was looking all dumb in the crowd, no shade, once they realized Timothy was going home with nothing. Okay, nothing. And I watched both films, so I'm not biased. Marty Supreme is not an Oscar award-winning film. I said this months ago on Patreon. If y'all been following me, if y'all part of the Patreon family, y'all would know I said it months ago when I watched it, when it came out. I said it's not Oscar worthy. Now, unfortunately, Travis Scott, Kylie's baby daddy, threw some shade and posted Michael B. Jordan. But a lot of fans are saying that he was a big Sinners fan. But it also could be shade because Timothy is dating his baby mama, so that also was pretty interesting to me. Now, Sinners continue to win Best Cinematography and also Best Score, okay? So Sinners took home a good amount of awards, as they should. And then I'm so tired of One Battle After Another. Like, it was a good film, but they overdid it by giving One Battle After Another so many awards. They got another one for Best Editing, and also it won for Best Director and also Best Picture at the Oscar. Now, Golden from K-Pop Demons won an Oscar for Best Original Song, I guess. Don't really listen to them at all, but I know that's for like children. Now for Best and Worst Dress, I'm just going to go over a few people that I felt like killed their look and a few people that were chops. First on the docket is Timothy and Kylie, chop. It was a chop for me. The suit, it was okay, but the hair and the mustache, that was a mess. I'm like, he going there thinking he a rock star and he coming out a loser. Okay? No shade. And then with Kylie, I'm tired of the bodycon dresses with Kylie. She dressed the same at every event. Like, we get it. You got a BBL. Okay? Like, okay, you can stay at home now. We get it. You got your butt done. You got, your body done. Because that's what it gives. Like, she wear the same type of outfit all the time. Now, Michael B. Jordan, in my opinion, was best dress of the night. He gave a classy, calm look. He didn't do too much. He looked clean, well kept. So I give him, an 8 out of 10 for this. I like this look. Now, Tiana was getting dragged all night. People felt like she was doing the most, and also she got into it with a man on the red carpet, for shoving her allegedly. But I wasn't a fan of this dress either. She was looking like a feather or a bird. I didn't really care for the look at as a whole. So I didn't care for this. Zendaya slayed, as usual, 10s across the board. Duh. Now, Barbie from Euphoria, well, she used to be on Euphoria and she got fired, but, they say she quit. But she came there looking snatched to the bone, okay? Clearly, she is doing something right. Allegedly, it's the Ozempic, but, I'm not here to judge. But she looks snatched to the bone. The other girls did not look snatched like Barbie. She killed that. This was a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And then Ryan Destiny was a chop. I mean, I don't even understand why she was even there, to be quite honest. You're not winning any awards for that Clarissa Shields biopic, not even an EBT. So I don't even understand why she goes to like these award shows. I think she's trying to do the Zendaya route, where if she go to enough award shows and enough red carpets and she think that she is slaying because Law Roach is humiliating her, not helping her, but humiliating her by having her go on red carpets looking a hot stinking ass mess. It's not working. She's trying to do what Zendaya did before Zendaya became like this really big actress. There was a time where Zendaya wasn't getting any roles, but she was always slaying on the red carpet. Ryan Destiny doesn't have the it factor to do that. She doesn't have it. Okay? Law Roach is just taking her money and making her look like a fool. She looks a mess. This is like the third or fourth red carpet where she just looks a mess. You know, nice face card, but the outfits are trash. So I'm going to need Ryan Destiny to stay home from now on. You don't need to be at any red carpets because you don't do anything other than being Keith Powers' fiance. That's all you are now. So just stay home. It's no shade, but it's like, why is she here? I hate to be that person, but I'd rather see Alandria. At least I know she gonna step on the carpet. You know. Pusha T is throwing Champagne Thickums under the bus. Now, if you don't know, it has been already reported that Rebel Wilson's PR firm was gearing up to make up a lie about blank trafficking allegations against a producer. And her PR firm also reps Champagne Thickums, Johnny Depp, and Justin Baldoni, right? So, unfortunately, Pusha T posted this and put interesting ... because remember, Pusha T had that allegation against him a few months ago and the FBI got an anonymous tip that he had allegedly drugged and arred a woman with Harvey Weinstein and Camel Face. So it's not really a good look that Champagne Thickums is connected to this PR firm. Now, if you want to know why Rebel Wilson was going to do this with her PR team, that's on Patreon. I got the real tea behind that on Patreon. But it doesn't really look good that Champagne Thickums has this PR team because, you know, he is currently suing Universal because he feels as though Kendrick calling him a pedo affected his career. Okay? So you saying that somebody lied on you, even though it was in a diss record, but your PR firm is willing to lie on other people. Like, it don't logically make sense. Okay? It don't make Champagne Thickums look good right now. Okay? It does look a little sketchy. But let me know how y'all feel about it. And, you know, there were some reports that he allegedly pays $2 million for PR. I don't know if I believe that, though. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what the streets are saying, a.k.a. Charlamagne the God. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Rihanna, Michael B. Jordan, what's going on with Ree and the shooting incident behind the scenes, Blake Lively and Taylor on Patreon. Link would be in the description. Have a great day.